Hey everybody, Max Pilot here, and we're doing a showcase of edit mode in Dynasty Warriors and Empires. So this will be another episode that is just a buttload of menus. As you can see here, there's several different options. In the older Dynasty Warriors games, you could pretty much just make your own custom officers, and that was the sort of the extent of what you could do. But they've added a lot more options in 8 Empires. So we're going to start with custom officers. Custom officers obviously is the officers that you can make. So that you can play them in the game. As you can see, we have quite a few. There's reasons behind their names and their looks and everything. I'm not going to get into it right now. The little stars next to Annette's name over here means that I've actually played an entire Empires mode with that character. And what happens is at the end of the Empires mode, the game takes your gameplay style and assigns you a new way of life that you can save to that edit officer. And that's actually how that edit officer will play if you encounter them in Empires mode. So let's just go ahead and let's edit an officer. And that's fine. Blah blah blah. So you got a name? Obviously, you can name it whatever you want. We'll say whatever you want. You've got a limited number of space there, but yeah, it's pretty much that. Name is pretty self-explanatory. Face is pretty cool. You've got your presets that you can work off of, and if you press X on any of the menus, it brings up this drop-down menu, which is a little easier to navigate. As you can see, there's quite a few presets. If you have, if you don't want to start from scratch, you can start from one of the presets and just sort of edit it as you go. Ta-da! Back out of that. Hair. There's actually quite a few hair options this time around. I think it's upwards of like 50 something. Ooh, 68 hairstyles. Now, some of them are as simple as the exact same hairstyle, just flipped to be parted a different way. That's quite a few of these. Let's see. Whoop. It's pretty neat. There's also a lot that's different, other than, of course, just having some that are 2 different hairstyles. So it's pretty nice. There's a much larger selection than past Dynasty Warriors games. I'm gonna say a lot because my brain's just not functioning properly. Though to be fair, it never really is. And there's a bunch of different options you can do. Some of them are a little weird. Some of them are very reminiscent of characters that already exist in the game. Ta-da! And obviously, I mean, it's not going to be super detailed because, of course, it's just a Dynasty Warriors game. But they do actually quite improve the control or the graphics as they go each year, unless you count 7. To me, 7 graphically was a step back, especially versus 8, which was heads and above 7. Yeah, as you can see here, there's different. Ta-da! Hair color. There's a lot of different hair colors you can choose from. I know that I've probably fought so many people with purple fucking hair for some reason, like it's just a thing. People like the weird purple and blues. And there's accessories, which are, as you can guess, I think accessory type 1 is your face, and accessory type 2 is like hats and stuff. Maybe. Or like accessory type 1 is like face paints, and accessory type 2 is all hats and glasses. Little beauty marks. Looks like you haven't slept in a while. Oh look, glasses. Cause there's like a schoolgirl uniform if you wanted to get a little crazy with it. Monocle. More eye patch, eye bandage. Yeah, and you got earrings. You have actual items here. Weird little antenna, little bow. Look how cute the bow is. Little maid's outfit, little horns. Big horns. Cat ears for, people who are into that kind of thing. Little hats. Some weird mustache thing. Oh, I was gonna say, couldn't find it. A little braided tail there. Oh, look at the kitty cat sleeping on my head. Face lets you change the different things, like the age of your characters. So how like wrinkled they are. Ooh. How wide your face is, all these different things. It's all pretty self-explanatory. Skin color, you don't have too many options other than these little like weird ones. If you want to be like fucking pink for some weird reason. Or jaundiced. And face type doesn't really have a whole lot of different options there, but that's what these sliders are for. Eyebrows, same thing, quite a few different options. Boop, boop, boo. And each of these has a male counterpart. Like the hair and stuff, all of that has a male counterpart. We'll probably go through the male one here in a minute. Mouth, same way. There's actually quite a few different mouth styles, or lip styles, and of course you use the sliders to change those as you go. Body type, you got your model, slender, basically what your character looks like. Now equipment is going to be your costume, essentially. And you can switch it individually like this, or if you just press X, it brings up the whole list. You can go and pick full sets if you like. R1 and L1 are going to change your colors. And there's not too many. You've got your regular blue, your red, green, light blue, yellow, purple. So basically one to represent every kingdom, and then plus black and white for some reason. And then you can also, if you go over with the D-pad or even with your left analog stick, you can change your different, you can change the different aspects without having to go through each one of them individually. This is a much easier menu to go through. I don't know why this menu isn't the default option, but that's whatever. And then R1 and L1 will change the colors on those specific things. And there's quite a few armor types. We'll go through them real quick. A lot of the old ones are back, so like I think the damsel and the princess and stuff, a lot of these were in Dynasty Warriors 7 Empires for sure. It's been a while since I've played 6. 6 didn't have too many options. Eminent and Dowager, I know Dowager for sure was added in 7. Light armor, lavender, 9 heavens. Just that. And as you can see, some of them, the helmet options actually will change your hairstyle. So like the sorcerer set does that. The 9 heavens has the little twisty bun thing. 10 feet of blue gives you that weird crown with the bun thing. Little whoop. I prefer myself to mix and match for different armor types, because they don't really. I like different parts of them, but most of them I don't like all together. But I guess if you're just throwing together officers, it's not really that big of a deal. There's a pirate set, sage, unicorn, and we'll go through the male ones here in a minute. Arabian. I don't know why I said that in a French accent. Some of these are weird, and you can also see where we've gotten some of the pieces from. Like the queen set gives you a really funny looking hat. Faux man set, if you want to be a dude. Whew, a little yawn there. Yukata. Some of these I don't understand how people fight in, but that's just me. There are some extra costumes you can pick up based off of different characters. If you pre-order the game, there was a pre-order bonus that let you get some of that stuff. Let's see. We can actually come over here. Ooh. Boop. And so you go to that's your equipment. Your moves are a little different. This is basically where you choose what your favorite weapon is. And you can also change the different EX attacks. So you can basically completely customize your character. Right now this character is using mostly Liu Bei's weapon set, or armor set. Weapon set, except for Lu Xun's rage attack, because I just think his looks a little better. And you can always press triangle to preview the animation. Especially if you're trying to find a character who's going to do like all range attacks or something like that, or you want to find something that just looks cool with your current costume, that's definitely a way to do it. Voice and abilities, you pick your voice, same thing, you press X, pull up the list, you can pick the pitch if you want it to be higher, if you want it to be lower, and this is the important part, which is where you pick your abilities, which is essentially your starting stats. And there's a lot of different ones. The only problem I have with the list on this one is it doesn't give you the descriptions. So you have Berserker, low defense but specialized for attack. Essentially, this is where you start at. You start at balanced, so everything's normal. You go to aggressive, which is a high attack. you go to Berserker, which is low defense but high attack. So essentially you're sacrificing a bit more defense to be able to hit a little harder. And everything has 2 levels like that. So you've got defensive, you're very, you sacrifice a bit of attack to get a boost in your defense, and then Iron Wall, you sacrifice even more attack to get more defense. Leadership isn't something I've really gotten to deal with a lot, but it does help a lot whenever you're trying to get recruit people to your nation, whenever you're trying to recruit people to your kingdom, or if you're trying to make negotiations and deals with other people. Controller is same thing. You just have a higher leadership. Agile is a feeds focus. Is a speed focus, and swift-footed is the same thing, only faster. I really, to me, don't understand why you would pick agile over swift-footed, because it's literally the same thing with faster speed. Power is you're slow, but you get a boost in everything. Sloth is you're very slow, but you get an even bigger boost in everything. Common, you're just kind of meh. You're not special. You're just a dude. And Simpleton, you're even less special than not special. So, have fun with that one. And we're just going to press circle. We're not going to save any of this. We're going to back out of this. And we'll show you some of the male options. And a lot of their equipment is... Let's do a different color. I want to do white. A lot of their equipment is, like I said, the same as it was before. I think some of it's named differently, for sure. And of course, obviously, everything's gotten sort of a graphical boost since 7 Empires, for sure. Mostly because 7 had a weird... The graphics just weren't as impressive to me as they should have been for what it was. Oh. The preset is much more impressive than the lady preset. No, it's pretty good. I don't make a whole lot of male characters just because I'm a chick, so I don't play a whole lot of male characters. Nothing against male characters, I just don't play them. Ooh, creepy. And again, you can always mix and match on these if there's something that you like from one set, but you like the, I like the shirt from one set, but I like the pants from another set. There's no reason why you can't mix and match. You can even mix and match colors if you want. I don't usually. Should yawn less in these videos. What? That's creepy. Easy. Norse if you want to look like a Viking. Western if you want to look like a cowboy. Eskimo. Or, you know, other people who live in frozen areas. See, that wig is actually much more silly than the lady one. Samurai. Aha, ninja. Boop. Jesus. Yeah, some of these are really simple. Glam. Ah, that's cute. I don't know what feature. Yeah, as you can see, pretty much they all the female ones have male counterparts. So it's not so hard. And like I said, edit officers it's really easy, and it's also there's a lot of options this time around. So this is a custom unit. A custom unit is like I said, ugh, brain, I have to stop. That's one of those things that I say a lot and I need to not say, but I think it's because I'm at work a lot and I have to repeat myself a lot. Anyways, so a unit is essentially a kingdom or vagabond unit that you can put in a game. So your unit officer, so you name your unit. If you want to name it a specific thing or whatever, you can do that. You set your officers, so you set who's going to be the captain, and then you're going to set their subordinates, generally from your other edit officers. I don't have that many. Banner is going to be where you pick one of the custom banners that you've made, and you set that as your group's, as that unit's particular symbol. Warhorse, I don't have one made here, but it's the same thing. You're going to create a custom horse, and you can actually choose that to be their favored horse, essentially, in the game. Soldiers, you just go in. Is it going to load? Yeah, you could just... The only, like, there's not a lot of differences in the different soldiers you can pick, except for, like, where the emblem is and what color it is. But you can't, like, custom units are pretty much, you have to make the rest of these things before you make a custom unit. Custom banner. This is really easy. You pick your border shape. So you pick the banner shape. You can pick what the border is. Ta-ta-ta-ta. And doop. You pick the symbol. Now I think with the custom or original, you can register things from a USB device, which is pretty cool. And then your banner background. And obviously you can name it and you can use it in your custom units. Warhorse, like I said, is essentially you take a horse, you can name it, you know, you have like the red hair and shadow hex or whatever. You pick its color, if you want it to be a birch, chestnut, maple, shadow runner, hex mark, red hair. You can change the hair color is the only thing you can change. Only like specific option you can change on the horses. And you can make them small. You can make them super muscly. Oh, look at all that muscle. Jesus, that looks creepy as fuck. You can make them a big head. You can make them a tiny head. You can have a long neck, little neck. Roar. You can make a long horse. You can make a little horse. Tall horse. Ah, it's cute. Little Shetland pony. You pick the abilities, which are essentially the same thing. And if you press square, it'll pull it up. Increases damage inflicted on enemies charging into them. I don't know what that is. Oh, this one just makes it faster. So you can actually start with a super fast horse. Healer. As you ride it, you heal up. Boop boop boop. Penetrate, encouragement, shadow, balanced, aggressive, berserker. So it's essentially the same thing as picking one for an edit officer. And you save it when you're done. Like I said, custom soldiers, there's not much to do. I fucking said it again. It's one of those things, like, once you pick it up once, you keep hearing yourself doing it. Custom soldiers aren't really, there's not a lot of them. You can pick from, like, 1 of 10 types. So you've got your armed peasants, your peasants, your farmers. Probably shouldn't be on the damn battlefield in the first place. Look how old that bitch is. Your slightly armored, more armored soldier, but not quite as armored as type 1. A little bit more. Actually, I think I just looked at that one. Heavy armor. Painted. So like more tribal, I suppose. Padded armor. Priest guy. You want to do like a sorcerer. Those are usually what the sorcerers look like when they come at you. Of course, you can change their equipment color. You can change their part color. I think, I'm not even really sure. Oh, you can see what it's changing right there in the middle. And like I said, did it again, motherfuck myself. You can pull up the bigger thing on things that have the more color options. Just press X to pull up the whole thing. And you can pick your symbol, which will appear on different spots. You can see this one's on these guys' hips for some reason. And your emblem type. And of course the color. And body type is essentially the same thing that it is in the edit officer modes. You actually get slight customization options over them other than their little freak. Look at him. Look at he's so cute. Back out of that. And once you've done all of these, you can make a custom unit like we did with this unit. Mostly because when you go into a kingdom, you can actually set those units up. And custom scenarios are, which we're not going to really get into right now because I haven't messed with them a lot, but custom scenarios are essentially where you make your own empire mode. You set who's starting in what regions and what officers are serving them and things like that. But anyways, and that's edit mode, everybody. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments down below. And next episode, we'll jump back into playing the actual game, which we're doing our full walkthrough, where we'll start off as a ruler and then go from there. So bye, everybody.